I'm going to start with you. Tell us what it's like there at CPAC today.
Well, Alicia, I'm going to speak kind of in low tones because the former president is on stage behind me. But really what we're hearing is exactly what you laid out in your introduction, the continued repetition of this lie about what happened in the 2020 election. And look no further than the cpac straw poll for how that's manifesting among this self-selecting group of conservatives, but even more broadly, as I've been attending conservative events across the country that are similar to this and also outright Trump rallies, this has become a top issue for the party. And there's also a reward structure in it for lawmakers who go along with this. Because if you look into that cpac straw poll, many of the people who rank highly on those lists, people like Ron DeSantis and Ted Cruz, have backed up or at least not directly condemned this lie about the 2020 election. So there is definitely a reward structure in this. In terms of Trump's hold on the party, though, you see it from the messaging perspective, especially as he's starting to take much more public posture over the course of these next few weeks and months leading up to the midterm elections. This is the message that he is choosing to lead with, a backwards-looking message about what happened in 2020, hoping that that's enough red meat to actually fire up the base to go vote again in the upcoming midterm elections. That may be a different plan than what people like the RNC and other Republican groups would like to lead with, but undoubtedly Trump is the person with the biggest ideological reach here in this party and easily the biggest megaphone, still definitely the head of this party. And so what he says in forums like this one really matter, especially from a messaging perspective for Republicans who want to play the politics and want to retake majorities in the House and Senate.
So, Daniel, I want to take a look at that straw poll. Trump just beat Florida Governor Ron DeSantis 70% to 21% in that straw poll. DeSantis would hold a comfortable lead over the others if Trump did not run. CPAC hasn't always favored Trump. In 2011, he was actually booed for suggesting Ron Paul was unelectable. This follows reporting from Gabe Sherman at Vanity Fair that showed Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on a collision course. What does it say about how this conference has evolved under the influence of Trump?
I mean, it's always been a conference for the base and the activist wing of the Republican Party. Trump hasn't always been the favorite, but as activists have learned to like him, he's gained popularity at CPAC. I think what's really important here is that we know that in 2024, if Trump does not run, Ron DeSantis would be the early favorite of the activist base of the Republican Party. That is not prophetic for who will get the nomination, but it does tell us about one major wing of the Republican Party and where they're leaning right now.
the Canadian truckers, you've been reading about it, who are resisting bravely these lawless mandates, are doing more to defend American freedom than our own leaders by far. And we want those great Canadian truckers to know that we are with them all the way. They are. They've really shown something.